Back with the black 102 with all the stickers on it. It is playing again. Well, there's a few little things I had to do to it. We had some issues with the motor I discussed in a previous video. Got that all ironed out and squared away. And now the auto brake on this is the first model auto brake on this, which means probably manufactured 1932-33. They had problems with them. They were temperamental, to say the least, and were quickly replaced with a second version of it, which lasted until 1934 before being replaced in 1935 on the 102C with the Columbia-style brake, which worked very well. And somebody disabled the brake on this. It didn't break, wasn't damaged. Somebody removed parts so it couldn't actuate. They took the arm off that goes from the tone arm to the auto brake, removed a couple of small springs to disable it. They were probably having problems, got fed up with it, and decided not to have any brake at all because this machine has no provision for a manual brake. You can see the pen sticking out there. You're wondering what that is? That's not to keep the lid up. That is actually stopping the turntable from turning. This machine is one of the very few whose some of its provenance you can actually see on the machine, on the stickers. Most of these are anonymous, these machines. It's black, blue, red, brown, whatever. It's a phonograph. You know approximately when it was made. You don't know who the owner was. You don't know where it's been, what it was used for, anything. Like the last one I did, the blue 102 with the mysterious hole in it. What was that for? We may never know. With this one, we know at least some of its history. We have, stickers from Germany, England, France, South America. This has been around. The Queen Mary. We even know the person who owned it because their name is on there in a couple of different places. So we know who the owner was. We know where they went. Some of the places they went anyway. Not all the stickers are legible or even on there anymore, but the fact that it has some history, it's wearing some of its history, is just amazing. And the reason why I acquired this machine, even though it was in somewhat raggedy condition. Now the good thing about these machines is that when you start off with a high quality build like this, not a throwaway, fixing it really isn't that big of a deal. Everything on this machine is made to be fixed, repaired, maintained indefinitely, basically. There's nothing on this that's riveted together or welded shut or anything like that that you find with the throwaways made later on. Excuse me. So it's a nice machine to work with, even if it does have a few little problems. Now you'll notice, of course, some of you are going to notice, there's a green handle on a black machine. Yes, I know that. It's there because the green handle is what I have in stock. I don't have any more black handles in stock, but they're easily replaced. So next time I reorder handles, I'll just add a black handle to it, and I'll put it on here and use the green one somewhere else. But for now, I need a way to carry it, and this will suffice. Needs must. Because during COVID, international mail is difficult, just like, regular mail around here. Who knows how many months it would take to get here, because I import those from Holland, actually. The other difference you're going to see here, what is that on the turntable? Well, the turntable came to me with no felt on it at all. It was gone, completely gone. What I have in stock is orthophonic orange and Victrola green, a couple different shades of that. So we're going to go with orthophonic orange for now until I can acquire some correct colored brown felt to replace the original HMV felt that was on there in the proper color. But for now, I need a way to protect the records. This will work. The other difference, you'll notice the number 16 is not on here. This is a number 5 Victrola orthophonic reproducer. Now the number 5 reproducer, this particular one, was used by HMV, not this particular one, but ones like it, was used by HMV on a couple of its machines before they went on to develop the 5A and the 5B. They didn't care that much for these. They didn't want to use them. They were probably because they were a little bit more expensive to build, to manufacture. Don't know. This one was manufactured, it was repaired by Walt Summers about 3-4 years ago. It's operating very well now. Came out of a Victrola 255 portable. I'm sorry, 235 portable. The 255 uses a gold-plated reproducer. Unlike the 255's reproducer, you notice there's no felt under here, although the number 16 actually does, but the number 5 and 5A and 5B do not. No felt under here, shielding you from the diaphragm. There were some pot metal issues with the back that were repaired, so now it's working fine. And I'm going to leave it on here and keep the number 16 just for display with the machine. I'm not throwing it out. It'll stay with the machine. But this would allow it to play. Let's see what we got here. And it, of course, being an orthophonic reproducer, it fits the 102's tone arm. They use the same size tone arm ends there. We're going to play I Fall Down and Go Boom because it is snowing out. There's ice everywhere. And at some point in the next today or tomorrow or eventually, I am going to fall down and go boom somewhere. So might as well play a little record to commemorate it. I fall down and go boom. I played this before, but that's all right. It's not the best copy in the world, but it's okay.
Say that the world today is all upside down. Sometimes they're smiling, sometimes they frown. My heart felt sore for the kid next door when I heard him cry. Here's what he told me when I asked him why.
I played horsey down the street with my broom down the street.
Then what happened down the street?
I fell down the boom. I got right up on my horse, and my broom was my horse.
Did you ride your little horse?
No, I fell down the boom. I cried and cried and ran home to Mom. It's all right now, but how that certain place was hurting Mom. It put me straight to bed, great big bump on my head.
Then you fell right out of bed.
Yeah, I fell down the boom.
This same boy was full of joy the very next day. We saw him laughing, gee, he was gay. We said, Sonny, what's so funny? Please tell us why. You are so happy, and here's his reply. Papa come home late last night. Mama said, pop your tight. When you tried to find the light, he fall down, go boom. Papa, he began to sing. Mama said, that old thing. Then she took a great big swing. He fall down, go boom.
The noise they made woke everyone up. And though the doorbell kept on ringing, Pop kept singing, "We that old night."
Mama chased him up the stairs with a lot of kitchenware. At the top he said, who cares? He fall down, go
boom, 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 boom.
There you go. I fall down and go boom. See, that's how our brake works. One day I'm sure I will find parts for that auto brake, but in the meantime, let's do what we have to do. Okay, we have another record here. But you see how nice the number 5 sounds on there. Just as good as the 5A or the 5B. Just different, that's all. Different reproducer. And that's the problem with having this type of auto brake. I mean, this type of brake. Okay, it slips sometimes. Let's wind her up. Let's see what we got next. See, what I have here next is a strange record that has no label. Now, sometimes these were sent out as dealer demos or similar things, or test records, whatever you want to call them, but I don't know if this is one of those. I don't even know if it's a Victor record, but it's got some wear on it, so I'm not sure how well this will play. I think it says Cohen the Politician. I really can't tell. There's a number on. No, that's not a number. That's a big scrape. A lot of scratches on this. But I'm kind of curious to see what's on it, so we will, whoops, give it a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the first speaker of the evening, the Honorable Abraham Cohen. Fellow citizens, friends, suffering cats, and prescription hunters, I am here to speak for my good friend Jake Levi, who wants to be elected president of this grand United States. My friend Levi is just like a piano. He is grand, spare, and upright. 15 years ago, he came to this country without a rag to his back. Look at him now, he's full of them. He's got a wonderful education. He went through college in one day, through the front door and out the back. His friends want to put him in the White House, but his enemies want to put him in a bug house. The other candidates are good men, but a man like my friend Jake Levi is a man you don't meet every day. He's a night watchman. Vote for my friend Levi and he'll do you good. He believes in prohibition. He said it will bring sunshine to the home, also moonshine. He's going to lower the price of food. Just think of a restaurant where you get soup, fish, chicken, desserts, coffee, and rolls, all for 25 cents. I don't know where, but just think of it. Wouldn't that be great? Now, does anybody want to ask any questions? Say, Paul, when are you going to pay me them $2 that you owe me? That's a good question, but I'm no fortune teller. Somebody else would like to ask a question. What does your candidate stand for, Cohen? He stands for honesty, purity, morality. In fact, he'll stand for anything. Is there any other question? But will he keep his word? Will he keep his word? Sure he will, if he can remember the word. Somebody else would like to ask a question. Do you know the difference between capital and labor? I will say I do. If my friend Levi borrows $10 from you, that's capital, ain't it? You try to get it back, and that's labor. Somebody else would like to ask a question. Well, what is he going to do about the League of Nations? That's a good question. Is there any other questions? Now, my friends, next Tuesday's election, don't forget to vote for my friend Levi and vote the straight ticket. Also vote early and often. And good night, ladies and gentlemen. The meeting is now adjourned.
Comedic record. I need to put this down for a second. A comedic record. Okay, that answers that question. I wonder what's on the other side. Probably more of the same. It actually played a lot better than I expected given the condition of the record. Cohen on the telephone, number 764-1. The quality sounds good. I wonder if this is actually a Victor record. Sounds the title sounds familiar too. I've heard Cohen elsewhere, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see. See, I'm not a record collector, so I really don't know the history of these no label, hand label records, if you want to call them that. I know a few things I read online, that's about it. Which was that they were mostly demos and stuff like that. We'll find out. Cohen on the telephone.
A description of the efforts of Mr. Cohen, who uses the telephone for the first time. Mr. Cohen is trying to call up the manager of the First National Bank, who also happens to be his landlord. And the conversation is as follows. Hello? Is this the other end? What? Who is this? Well, who is that? I wouldn't tell you who this is until you tell me who that is. Oh, what numbers do I want? Well, what numbers have you got? It's my fault. I want Central 5050, please. I say I want Central 5050. I say, miss, am I supposed to keep on saying, are you there and hello until you come back again? Well, don't be long. Hello, are you there? Oh, yes. You are the bank? Yes, I want to see the manager, please. I say I want to see the But this is not a telescope, it's a telephone. Well, you're very clever this morning, ain't it? Well, do me a favor. Hang a small piece of crepe on your nose, your brain is dead. And if I have any more of your impertinence, I'll speak to the manager about you. I said, you are the manager. I beg your pardon, I'm much obliged. I rang you up to tell you that I'm your tenant Cone. I say I'm your tenant Cone. No, I ain't going, I'm stopping here. I'm your tenant Cone. No, not Lieutenant Cone. I want to tell you that last night the wind came and blew down the shutter outside mine house. And I want you to send that. I said last night, the wind. The wind, not the devil, the wind, W-I-X-N-D-T, the wind. You know, that makes like that. Well, that blew down the shutter outside my house. And I want you to, I say it blew down the shutter. No, I didn't tell you to shut up. No, the shutter, the thing that comes down in front from the show. I want you to send the carpenter to mend the shutter. I say I want you to send the carpenter to mend, no, not to mend your shutter, no. Hello, are you there? Last night the wind came and blew down the shutter outside my house. And I want you to send a carpenter. A carpenter, a workman, yes, you know, one of those fellas that hit the hammer and hit the nails. Yeah, that's it, a workman. Yes, a workman. I want you to send a workman to mend the damaged shutter. I say I want you to send a workman to mend, no, not two men, no, two men. One man to mend the damaged shutter. To mend the I ain't swearing at you, I'm only telling you. Hello, are you there? Last night the wind came and blew out the shutter outside mine house. And I want you to send the carpenter. Never mind, I'll have it fixed myself in the morning.
Can you hear me now? Okay, you notice something else about this record? The hole in the center is drilled slightly off, you notice it? See? It's just a little bit off. All right, I gotta put this down again. And apply my special homemade brake. And remember that that's there. I'll be looking for that pen later. Let's see what else we got. Well, that solves the mystery of the no label or the hand label record. What it is, a comedic record, both sides. More Cohen. And I'm going to guess by the quality, this is probably early 1920s. You know, it doesn't seem to be older than that. There's very little in the way of, even though it's kind of scratched up and rough, I don't see much in the way of any kind of, you know, like pops and sizzles in there that you usually get from the very, very old ones. The low fidelity records from the early days. Let's see, we have the Victor Solano Orchestra. Me and My Shadow, Victor Solano Orchestra. There we go. Play that one. That's an ortho record. Orthophonic from post-1926. Let's see. Which would be close to period correct for this machine. Get a new needle in there. Okay, then I got to go out and shovel the walk, where I'm sure I will fall down and go boom. Okay, the Victor Solano Orchestra, Me and My Shadow. That would actuate the auto stop if it was there. But unfortunately. Okay. So we'll have to use my own version of auto stop, which is a pen. Let's wind it up. See if we got enough room in the recording for one more. I still have a few things to do to this machine, mostly just cleaning up, a little repair work to the wreck scene here and there, but really not that much. It's almost done. All the major mechanical things are done, except of course for the auto brake, but that may never get done. But if it's not, it's not. The flip side of I 4 Down and Go Boom, a precious thing called love, by George Olson and his music with vocal refrain, Victor Electric. Got a bit of wear on this record. I should probably put a needle in there. That usually does help. Okay.
Friends, I Heaven just across the way. It's a precious little thing called love.
I had actually expected that record might stop the machine, given the amount of wear that's on it. That's a good test for a spring, though. It's about barely 45 in here, so the grease is going to be thick in there, and yet it powered right through it without even hesitating. And it appears to be an original spring, too, which is surprising. Or at least it's a Gramophone Company spring, and so marked with the company's name. So it could be original spring. Yeah, that auto brake is a little irritating. But there you go. There's a first look at a now playing early model 102, black model 102, and a few more little things I got to do spiffing up. It'll be here again. But that's a look at it. The motor test, not a reproducer test because that's been used before on other machines, but I knew that was good. Walt does pretty good work on those. I don't rebuild the orthophonics myself. I just have no patience with the tiny little bearings and all of that stuff. I don't really play with too many orthophonic machines, this being an exception. You know, most of the stuff I play with is early acoustics from the teens and the early 20s and even before not 1900, before 1910. All of which use exhibitions, number 2s or number 4s, which I do rebuild myself. I mean, I could rebuild the orthophonics if I wanted to, but I don't have the supplies in stock, so it's easy just to send it to Walt, let him do it. He's done thousands of them by now, I'm sure, and he's very good at it, so I let him handle that. On the rare occasions I need one, which isn't too often, so. But I'm going to try to acquire a few more of these number 5s and, you know, the gold ones too. Because I have more of these machines, and some of them don't have operational 5A or 5B reproducers. They're just not in very good shape, so I am going to, and some are not rebuildable. They're just crumbling or something else has happened to them. One thing I will give the Victor orthophonic reproducers are, they're more robust, I have found. You know, because if you notice that needle bar, pretty tough in there for that to fall apart. It really is. The worst that happens to them is the rubber cups in there that the little ball bearings ride in. Petrify and fall apart, and they lose their sound quality. But I've had some issues with 5As and 5Bs where the pivots that the tone arm rides on have actually broken loose of the housing. Unusual, but I've had a few like that. It's like very disappointing when that happens. And of course, the tendency of the backs on the 5As especially to